to my profile again. I wanted to redo my origin story because I wanted to give a little bit more back context. So I was born in the 80s. I grew up in the 90s. I was born in 86, but the 90s was my era. And as you all know, the 90s is when hip hop and R&B were at like its height. My favorite artists, DMX, Ja Rule, Erykah Badu. I was a huge fan of Alanis Morissette. You know, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC were big. And then TV shows we had Living Single, Friends. What did all those, you know, Jodeci, Mary J. Blige, TLC. What did all of these genres and music and shows have in common was unhealthy dating styles. It was the whole bed hopping culture that we witnessed all on TV, in the music, everywhere. You know, we had shows like Family Matters. We had Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you know, Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv, and we had the Winslows on with Family Matters. We had what was another married couple? You know, we had some shows showing married couples, but in real life, I didn't know people that lived like that. So, but I knew people that were like, you know, Martin, his girlfriend, Martin and Gina. I knew people like this. I knew people like Little Kim. I knew people that were like DMX and Ja Rule. I knew people in real life like those people. So that was more relatable to me. And I said all that to say that the music industry was probably the largest influence on the way we dated in the 90s, even though I was so young. But you know, most of us kind of start dating 12, 11 years old. And that's what I did. And what married couples I didn't see people take marriage seriously. You know, people tried. People, you know, the folks I know, I love them. They did the best they could with what they knew, trying to get married. But I think a lot of, because we didn't really see successful marriages, it's difficult to imitate something you don't see. So I saw a lot of that. So quick, you know, fast forward, you know, I had my baby when I was 15. I got pregnant at 14, had my first baby when I was 15. And then, you know, just jump all the way forward. I was a very promiscuous teenager. And I surrendered my life to Christ when I was 18. And my daughter's father and I, he was a wonderful father to our you know, to our daughter when we were teenagers. He did the best he could with what he knew, and we did the best we could. We both graduated high school, praise be the Lord. And then then we did the 6 months of marital counseling, and then we got married. I was pregnant with my son. We did it so backwards, but it's another story. But what I noticed is that a lot of the toxic dating, you know, we had to overcome a lot of distrust. And, you know, I did a lot of lying and deceiving during my teenage dating years. So we had to overcome a lot of that in our marriage. And I noticed that a lot of the toxic dating behaviors leaked over into our marriage. And, you know, by the grace of God and prayer, I listened to Joyce Meyer. She was very helpful, and her story about her marriage was transformative for me. I learned to study the Bible, listening to Andrew Womack. So and you know, then I went to college for social work. So going to college gave me communication skills, taught me how to listen, taught me how to analyze myself, taught me, you know, emotional maturity and things like that. So I just kind of took everything that I learned and applied it to my own life. You know, I read a couple of Andrew Womack books. I listened to, and my mother-in-law was a huge catalyst in improving our marriage. And, you know, my husband and I simultaneously, but not necessarily together, did the work on ourselves and began to make self-improvement, and it began to change our marriage. We began to have a better understanding of each other. We began to appreciate each other more, and our family just improved. You know, we came from, when we first got married, crying, screaming. Thank God there was no physical abuse, but we broke things. You know, we said things we didn't mean. We said mean things to each other. And for a time, we slept in separate rooms. Like, we didn't even sleep together for, I don't remember how long. So there was a time where we contemplated divorce. It was very hard. But I think that we understood the importance of keeping our family together for the children. So that's, just looking back at that. But again, like I said, we did the work on ourselves, and we fought to keep the family together and to make improvements on ourselves and stop pointing the finger at each other. And over, it took time, but now we have so much peace, and we enjoy each other's company, and we learn the art of listening and communicating clearly. Still, I think communication is one of those things, no matter how long you've been together, you're always going to be learning how to better communicate. So this is a skill that we're still learning. Other than that, I just wanted to share that, give some more context. But I hope this was a blessing to you, and I just want people to know that it is possible. No matter how hard it starts, no matter how hard it begins for you, God can do amazing things and can heal and restore when it looks like it's impossible. So I just wanted to share that, continue to give hope, and I hope this was a blessing. That's all I had to say. Thank you, and I appreciate you, and God bless you. Till tomorrow. Oh yeah, I'll be posting, be liking, sharing. And I'll be back on here. Oh, that's right. Tomorrow's Tuesday. I'll be back on here 5 p.m. Mountain Standard, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll be back at this live. I love you guys. Bye.